Hello everybody, so today I'm just going to be doing a sketchbook tour. If you hear any noises in the background, it's just my puppy. He's he's chilling out right now. So anyway, this sketchbook here is just full of finished pieces, experimental pieces, there's a few sketches in here and just all that kind of stuff. So this sketchbook was kind of in the works in the background. I don't think it's actually been on my channel a lot. So it was kind of being used when my other ones were also being used, but I finally got around to finishing this one, so let's begin. So this illustration was around Halloween, so I did some pumpkins, and I think it's the first time I started doing a lot of stipple work on this channel. So this is actually a video that I did. So on the next page is some alcohol markers. I tried to just do some fruit. I think the strawberry and the cherry are my favourite on this page. The orange looks maybe a bit too vibrant, which I know is funny because oranges are vibrant. And the pear just looks weird to me. I don't hate it, it just looks a bit strange, like the shape's a bit odd. But I do like the cherry. So these paintings are the first paintings I actually did in this journal for my YouTube video. So although you can see the marker went through, which is kind of a shame because out of all of the four, this painting here is my favourite. So yeah, they were just nice little landscapes to do. So here I just got some painting of some hydrangeas. I also did like a loose one, and I think this is my favourite because I just like how it turned out, and yeah, there's a bit of gold paint there that I used. My only issue is the hydrangeas, as you can see, are quite dark. I wanted them to be quite pastel, so that's the only issue I think I have with this. Oh, and the glass needs a little bit more work. So this is just some sunflower paintings. This one was a YouTube short for a little while, but the quality of the video was really bad, so I took it down. And on this side, it's just a sunflower by itself. I enjoyed painting this one. I like how this one looks. It's kind of loose, but kind of detailed at the same time, and I do like how the shadow on this leaf turned out. So this one is a video that I'm really proud of. I also like how the illustration turned out. I think it looks really good. So obviously this bit's darker because it's meant to be a sun ray. I wish I'd worked a bit more on that, but I like how it is. And then on this side, I've just got another stag sketch that I was going to fill in. You know, I was going to ink it, paint it or whatever, but I never got around to it. I might in the future, but as it stands, it's just a sketch at the moment. Some of these are stuck in, so some of the paper's a bit, yeah, chunky. So this one is also another one on my channel. This one was just a landscape illustration, simply one I just wanted to get a video out and I did this. There's no real thought behind it or inspiration. I just do like how the plants came by the fence, how they came together. Well, that side I didn't draw anything. So this spread is my favourite because this is the favourite painting in the whole sketchbook. It's a sparrow, and it's a loose watercolour, and normally I'm not too good at getting the details on birds, simply because like sometimes if I draw the beak wrong, you can't tell what bird it is anymore. But I think this one turned out really nice. It's a piece I really love. And then on this side is just some more small landscapes in ink. Although I don't really like how the rocks turned out. I need more practice on inking rocks, but they're still pretty cute. I do like how the hedges turned out. Also, another one on my channel, another video I'm proud of. I like this illustration. I love how the tree turned out. I think the detail on the tree is really good, actually. And then on this side was going to be another ink illustration of a raven, but I ended up keeping it as a sketch because I quite preferred it that way. Sometimes, and I think most artists have this, when they do a sketch and then they add something over it and they think they ruined their sketch that they did in the first place, and I get that a lot. So this time I decided I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to do any more to it. So this is a painting from a year ago, 2 years ago, just a flower doodle. And then this side is a spontaneous painting where you put your colours on and then you wait for it to dry and you draw over it. So another landscape. Sorry, I think I knocked my camera. So this is the Derwent pastel set that came with Scrawler Box, and I just did the swatches. So it kind of dries, looks a bit like chalky, but it doesn't actually come off, which I was very happy with. I thought it would, I will admit, but I love these colours, they're so pretty. It's a shame I don't use them that often because I don't always know what to paint that's pastel, but I really like these. And then on this side, I just did some experimental feathers. So these two here are from this set. I think that one is too, but this one here is from another pastel set that I've got, but I can't remember off the top of my head the brand. But I was just testing to see how similar they were. Oh, we don't like that one. So this is when I was at my first attempt at doing watercolour galaxies. That's my favourite. That one is not. So I just did that one simply because I wanted to see what would happen if I did a green one, and yeah. So I just used some gel pen just to dot the stars in. So this is a 2-year-old painting that I did when I was first trying to do loose backgrounds and add a bit more to my painting. So it's just a whale. And then I just did some bubbles and dots, and there is some gold pen there. Yep. I really like that because I like how the background turned out. And luckily enough, this looks like it's spraying water, so I did some dots there with my pen. On this side was just practice piece. There's nothing to it. I was practicing when if you can see, you drop salt. It kind of worked, but I struggled a lot, and I think I need more practice. I think I did it wrong or used the wrong salt. I don't really know. It's never worked for me. So on this side, this is I think my first landscape with my alcohol markers, and it was meant to be a flower field. So as you can see, it's not very detailed, but I thought it deserved a place in here instead of in a drawer. So yeah, that was my first experience with them. Not too bad. Not much blending. I'm a lot better with them now. So this says 2017, but I actually think it was 18. But this was stuck in, it was just an illustration of a bird that I was really proud of. And I still am now. I do like how the wings turned out. So I stuck it in. This page, this spread here is me practicing rocks, really. I was practicing painting rocks with watercolour. Some of them have pen on, some of them don't. And these ones here with the bushes were actually pencil, where I added detail after it all dried. And I think they're my favourite. So this piece I stuck in that's quite recently, I want to say 2 weeks old, a week old, where I tried the bouquet, I don't know how to say it, effect again, so you could just see some dots. And it was a bee and a flower. This side here was my Derwent Graphitint painting, and it was a video, but I lost the footage, and I was very upset because I actually really like these two. I think they're really nice. So I was quite annoyed. So this is, I want to say a 4-year-old painting, this one, an illustration of an ink bottle. And then this side was when I got acrylics and I was just testing how they mixed. So yeah, I don't remember what this was for. Since the fact it says start on it, I want to say it was for a very old sketchbook and it was going to be my welcome page. I like the pen. So again, these have different dates, but I actually think they're all 2018, so ignore that. This is when I first started to really get into watercolour, so I was testing what worked and different techniques, because there's pen on this one but not on that one. And I really like this still to this day. I think this is when I first started trying to do it realistically and went in and did a lot of details. I mean, there's even raindrops on it. There's a dog outside, I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, it's blurred. Okay. Hang on a minute. Okay, we're back. I think I solved the blur issue. So this painting's also old. I don't think it's that old. I want to say a year, half a year. I don't really know. I think I was just practicing illustration of some rose hips. So this bit here was a salvage piece of my sketchbook. Unfortunately, the paper ripped out that I did on my vlog video, and I was really upset about it, but I managed to save this bit, so I stuck it in, and I'm happy that I at least got to keep that, because unfortunately it ruined my orange tip butterfly, which was my favourite, so still heartbroken on that. Speaking of butterflies, that was my alcohol market illustration, and a peacock butterfly just in ink with some coloured inks. Pens, gel pens. So these round here are from a scrapbook. You can get those, I don't know what they're called, but they're sheets and they've already got patterns on them and you can use them for scrapbooking. I don't scrapbook often, but I think these were my favourite because of how pretty they were. So I kind of stuck them in as in stamps, if that makes sense. And I thought since they're butterflies and it'd match the page. Oh. So on this side I have a loose landscape. I think it was the one, the first one I tried when I tried doing a loose landscape. I really like it. I think it's good. I mean, it's a bit rough around the edges, don't get me wrong, but I think it was a nice attempt. This is the Derwent Graph Tint painting that did become a video. It's just unfortunately, I still like the other page better, but this one's still nice. I do like how the clouds came out. It wasn't intentional, but it does actually look like they're carved out. Oh, that's getting annoying. So here was a failed experiment where I did some sunflowers and I got a fountain pen and then sprayed it to see what would happen and see if I could get an effect. And I got an effect. It's just a bit of a failure. But I still stuck it in because, that's what experiments are for. So this is another hydrangea piece that I bet I can't find it now. It was a remake of that one. See how I'd paint it now. And I used the pastel Derwent set for that, but I did use a different palette to get the darker tones. I don't know which one's better. I like both. I definitely got them lighter. So it's not too much to this page. That was the pastel sets before I used them. I tested them out and stuff. This was quite an old painting. It's with ink though. I had an ink dip pen and I only ever used black, and then I found out that they did colours, so I did a peacock feather. I don't think it's shiny or anything. Oh. Well, another bee paint. I love painting bees, so there's going to be more than one. So that was just a watercolour illustration. It's quite loose. I really like that. It's kind of sweet. Oh, stuck together. Again, another spontaneous, where you drop colours and then you draw over it with a fountain pen. These black splodges are artistic license. They're intentional. I didn't just drop my pen. I wanted to experiment to see how that would look when I flipped the pen on it, but it just looked like I just dropped it. And then same again. This isn't my favourite out of them. I think it's the weakest in detail, but I still like the tree. And then I did a farewell page with just another pen like I did on that other illustration. So yeah, and I think the last few pages I think I just didn't fill in. There's a bit of a sunflower there. Yeah, and then there's the other paper I liked. So anyway, so that's all finished. I hope you enjoyed watching and have a good day. Bye!